Not everything has a meaning, but what's beautiful about life is that we can choose its meaning. No matter our fears or obstacles, we can choose and we can change. I hope this experience opened doors for you. Is this a dream? That's nice. I like that message. I like this a lot. That was really cool. There's a lot to dissect in that. A lot of it is very surface level. Like clearly it's like his anxieties and his depressions and stuff, talking to them, looming overhead, ticking in the background, always feeling like time is running out or you don't have time or you don't want to talk to people. Like all that stuff is very, very good. I like the way that that is portrayed. Some of it got very, very heavy and very deep. And I like that the meaning behind this is like, there is no meaning behind this. But maybe having no meaning is the meaning. What I mean is that they likely were sad and depressed and anxious and they needed an outlet for creativity. I think everyone needs an outlet for creativity. I think everybody should create something. Whether it's just sentences a day, whether you're creating art, if you're working on a game, if you're making music. You don't need to change the world with it. All you need to do is change your own world with it. If you're able to create something every day, every week, every month, as long as you're creating something, creation is good for your brain. Humans want to create. Humans want to feel involved. They want to do things with their hands. They want to be artistic. They want to express themselves. There's so much going on in here that you can't possibly just get it all out at once or even ever. So it's good to be able to create things, creating videos and creating YouTube stuff and everything, and creating communities and creating dialogue and thoughts and what have you has always been my outlet. Just creating these videos has always been my outlet. It's been my way of like doing something with my time. I think that's why humans are so like drawn to work and drawn to hobbies and everything, because they just feel like we're creatures of habit. We want to do something with ourselves. We want to find meaning in our lives. And that's the big question, is everyone's always like, what is the meaning of life? And to me, my belief system is that there technically is no meaning to life. Is that we are here and we are experiencing it and that's it. But what's beautiful about that is that, like they said here, is that you create your meaning. You shouldn't go through life waiting for life to suddenly make sense and create the meaning for you. You should create the meaning you want for yourself in your life. Create the experiences for yourself. Don't wait for life to happen for you. Create what you want out of life. It's very difficult to do for a lot of people. And the people who have found it, I feel like I found that aspect of my life now. I found the thing that I feel like I'm good at, that I want to do, that fulfills me, that helps me create and do what I want to do. And I'm very fortunate in that regard. But what I do is not the same as what everybody else wants to do. And it's easy to look at somebody like me and then think like, oh, that happened for him. I can't wait for that to happen for me. But if you're not actively trying and working your ass off to find what it is that you want in your life, to make that meaning for yourself, then it might never happen. This type of stuff that I do now seems easy, and doing it now and everything has become a lot easier than it once was. But it was a pain in the ass when I started off, and trying to find what I wanted to do in my life was a very tricky path to go down. And it took me a very long time to figure out what that was. And I didn't know it was YouTube. I just threw myself into things. I threw myself into music at one point. I threw myself into games. I thought I was going to make games. I thought I was going to be a drummer in a big band that would tour the world. And at the time, I didn't even know that this thing existed. And then I went and I pursued it and I worked my ass off it. And with a bit of luck and a lot of hard work, like a lot of hard work. It doesn't seem like it because that's the point. I'm trying to make the struggle not be apparent. I'm just trying to create and entertain. So in that regard, it's easy to look at people who have made it and think that things just fell into their lap, which they haven't. You really need to work at what you want and you need to go for it. And it takes a lot of effort and a lot of struggle, but it's so worth it in the end. And it'll make you feel so fulfilled. And I like the topics talking about like, a lot of stuff was getting to this person. It was coming down on top of them. They didn't know which was the right way to go. They didn't know if what they were doing was right, going the right path. Like, is this the way I'm supposed to be going? Not every path is going to lead you on the exact path that you should be on towards your dream goal. But that doesn't matter. You're walking the path. You are here. You are existing. You're struggling. You're fighting. And you're pushing forward and you're not giving up. And I like that at the end, it showed you the noose and it showed you the phone. And you had that choice. And choosing the help. Choosing... It's almost like a direct, like, helpline. If you need somebody to talk to, there's many helplines out there for you to be able to talk to if you're feeling in that sort of scenario where it's either life and death. And I absolutely hope that any of you who are ever in that situation, ever, always choose the help option, always choose the life option, and always know that there's going to be somebody there that will talk to you. Because there is. Life is a struggle for a lot of people. It's very hard to find the meaning of it. It's very hard to find what you're supposed to be doing. And a lot of times it might be, you might think to yourself, is it worth going on? And I can absolutely assure you that it is. Life can be so magical. It can be so wonderful. If you find true happiness in your life, if you find something that really fulfills you, it's so worth it. It's the greatest feeling in the world. And experiences like this, it definitely reaffirms that I am appreciative of everything that's in my life. And that whenever I want to complain about something or anytime something gets to me, I'm like, you know what? Life is pretty fucking damn good and I should really appreciate it for what it is. And I am doing that more and more. Now that I'm at the age that I am at, I've finally like learned what it is to just be happy with myself, with life, with stuff outside of my YouTube channel. Because even though this was my outlet to create, and I was definitely very lonely when I started it off, and I really felt the pull of the audience because I was trying to give people what I didn't have for myself. I was trying to give you all happiness when I didn't have it. And then when it finally started coming back to me, I felt like I didn't deserve it. So it takes a lot of time to understand that. And now I'm at a point where I'm really just enjoying my life. I'm enjoying myself outside of my YouTube channel. I love my YouTube channel. I love this community. I love everybody here and doing stuff all together and just playing games or doing the charity streams or live streaming together. Anything at all. It's just so much fun to do. But I'm also fulfilled more in my personal life now than I've ever been in my life. And that is what was key to me. And that's what I was missing for so long. Was that I didn't realize that I was pouring my soul into this YouTube thing and didn't realize that that was what was slowly destroying me at the same time. It helped me feel good, but it was all I had. And it's good to find something that's a goal and a dream that motivates you, but don't let that be the be-all and end-all. Don't let your work be the only thing that defines you. Don't work yourself to the bone where you're going to be burnt out, because then you'll end up hating your work. And if that's the only thing you have, where do you have left to go? So life to me is all about balance. Finding stuff that makes you happy and just doing what makes you happy. It's not always that simple, but for me, that's kind of been the mantra that I've been working with, and that's where the positive mental attitude has come from. Positive mental attitude is not about being happy all the time. That's bullshit. Nobody can be happy all the time. That's a stupid thing to want to... Well, it's not a stupid thing to want to believe in, but it's stupid to expect... Stupid's not the right word. That sounds a bit too harsh. It's silly to expect yourself to be able to be happy all the time. I'm not happy all the time. A couple of days ago, I was in a mood. I didn't want to work on anything. I didn't want to do anything. I got pissy at things that shouldn't have been upsetting me. But the point is, the positive mental attitude is working your way back to that. Working your way back to that positive attitude that you know that you can excel at. And that's what it's always been for me. So I don't want anyone ever to go out there and think that I'm just spreading PMA and that's like, oh, be happy. Because that's not the way it is. And I've never said that I'm happy all the time. I know I put on a show here. I entertain. I make these videos for you to try and make you feel a bit better about yourself and just be happy. But every now and then I will get real with things, like here, where I'll admit that things aren't always perfect, and they never can be, because perfection is an illusion. It doesn't exist. But you can definitely keep working towards a better version of yourself and better life, and just trying to find that pure happiness. Because if you find that, if you start loving yourself and you find that happiness, then everything outside of that is so much easier. So keep up that fight, keep up that struggle, and keep going, because it does exist for everybody. It's just harder to find for some. If you're out there and you're listening, I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing much better, because you created something wonderful, and I hope that you know that, and I hope that you're proud of what you created and you're able to accept pride in your own work. You're able to accept love within yourself. Because there's a very fine line between boasting about yourself and thinking that you're amazing, or just being proud of the things that you create. There's no problem in being proud in what you create and knowing that it's good. It's when you think that you're better than everybody else for doing that, then it becomes a problem. So take pride in what you're doing. Be happy with yourself. Appreciate the things about yourself. Nobody's perfect, and nobody knows what's right. Nobody's on the right path. Nobody has it all figured out. So just figure out what you need to do for yourself first, and then work from there. I hope that some of you got something out of this. I definitely appreciated playing this, and I got something out of it. So it's meant a lot to me, because it's a moment to break away from the norm and just sit and be real and experience this stuff together. And through all the editing and the shouting and the swearing and everything, it's just nice to sit back and experience something now and then. So thank you.